Now most people in virtual worlds will turn to using toruses to make their wheels for their vehicles, but this very cool one Prim Whitewall tire was actually made out of all shapes, a sphere. Stay tuned to see how. What's going on, guys? Thomas XSL here. I'm just sitting here chilling with my hand seemingly rammed painfully into the sandbox sand here at Natoma. And today's tutorial is how to turn a sphere into a cool one Prim Whitewall tire. Now you can make this a black wall tire if you want, but for right now, for this tutorial, we're going to show how to make this into a white wall tire. So for the first part of this, now in order to do some of that, we're going to do some texturing on this tire. So beforehand, you want to go to Control P and go to your graphics tab and make sure that your bump map and shiny is turned on, because that's going to help later when we make the we make the rim part of this wheel. If you don't have a texture, if you do have a chrome texture, you can just throw that on. But if not, I'm going to show you how to use the shiny portion of the effects to make it look like chrome on the rim. So first, go to Create and res a sphere. Now you'll see up at the top all the how the plywood texture is kind of coming to like a bunching here, almost like a watermelon skin. So what we're going to do is go ahead and go to rotate and grab the red axis and flip that up, and then we're going to go and check that, have stretch both sides unchecked, and we're just going to go to dimple, and I'm just going to start dimpling this. I don't build by the numbers, I build by appearance. I build on appearance, so I can't tell you go to like 0,400 or 0,500. I'm just going to dimple this in until it looks about what I think is right. I think that's about evened up. Alright, and that is. So go ahead, click stretch, and we're going to grab the red stretcher, the x-axis, and we're going to just squeeze that in about there. That looks about good. It's kind of a small tire for right now, but that's alright. Alright, now we're going to go to hollow and hollow that out. I'm going to go to what would look good about there. That looks good. Maybe a little less. Do about 75. It looks good. You can go to textures, texture tab, texture, square, and hit blank. Select. Now at this point you can go to select texture, click on the outside here, and then you can put your tire tread texture, and then right in here in the hollowed out portion of the sphere you can put your chrome texture. But if you don't have textures at the moment like that, you can just click on the outside, click color, and then you can just click either black or a very, very dark gray. Looks good. There we go. Then for the inner part of the rim, just left click on that, and then go to texture diffuse, go to shininess, and hit the drop down menu, and you can hit high. You can hit medium as well, but high will give you the most chrome like texture. Now, some people don't like the shiny the shiny feature activated in their viewer. Sometimes they just like everything looking flat. But if you do like shiny, that's one way you can make your rims look all shiny and chromish without actually having a chrome texture. Next, what we're going to do is to make the wheel part where these spokes would be. As a cylinder, grab on the red axis once again and flip it over. And then you can just flatten it all the way down. Hit position and then click on your tire and copy the position number down for X. Copy, go to the cylinder, drop it in place, click the tire, go to the Y-axis, copy, cylinder, paste, tire one more time with the Z factor, the Z axis, not factor, the Z axis, and paste. And then tire again, and there we go. Now it's all lined up, but it's sticking out quite a bit. So what we're going to do is click on the cylinder, go to stretch both sides, stretch it out some, and then grab on the white corner, one of the white corner squares, and just start bringing it in until it comes all the way in, and then stretch it out a little bit more. And then grab the blue axis, slide it in, and there you go. And then if you have a rim texture, just click that and click let's see, rim, and then you can just look down and see if we have one here. We should have one all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, down. There you go, rims, and then you can pick your rim. That's a big car rim, we don't want that. And then you can pick your rims. I'm going to try and go for I thought I had just a standard spoked wheel. I thought I had just a spiral. I thought I had just a regular. I thought I had a regular rim. Oh, that must be it. Yeah, there we go. Bike rim chromes. There we got. That's what we got, close to a normal bike rim with a clear. Clear looks pretty cool. We'll go with that one. Alright, now we just make sure that the edges of the cylinder are looking good. I might have to stretch it out a little bit more. Sink that in. That looks a lot better. There we go. Don't forget to grab on that center and uncheck stretch both sides, and then that's it. Hit shift or left click on your center spoke piece, your center wheel piece, and then hold down shift and left click on the tire you just made. Go to object and link it together, and there you've just made a cool white wall tire and rim. Oh, you've just made a complete wheel, but the main focus was the one Prim white wall tire, so we're going to go ahead and go to general, and you can just label this white wall tire, and you can go ahead and put in the word solid, SLOID, and what that's going to do is now later on when you pull this out to build with and you have a vehicle over 32 Prim, this wheel is already set to be used in an over 32 Prim build. If your build is under 32 Prims, then it won't matter. That naming that tire solid won't affect the build. It's just if you do build with a higher number of prims, you'll be able to just go into the features and then set it to convex hull once you do the over 32 prim glitch. And if you're wondering about that and haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and look back on my channel and check that video out, how to build over 32 prim cars, and you'll know the secret to having up to 256 prim vehicle, be it car or bike. But I hope you've enjoyed this build. Like, rate, share, subscribe. Oh, and if you want to stretch this out real quick, you can just click the stretch without stretch both sides, and then you can just pull it on the white squares, and you can shrink it, get a little bit smaller than what we had it, and you can enlarge it. And I guess let me show you all real quick. Now the secret to shrinking it down even smaller is to hit Edit Link Prims and click on this center piece, because that's the piece that's keeping it from going down smaller, because this is already, since it's been flattened as far as it can go, you'll need to stretch it out a little bit and uncheck Edit Link Parts. You can uncheck stretch both sides, and then the wheel will be able to actually go down even smaller than what. Look how tiny that is. Look how tiny that wheel is. That could fit in the palm of your hand. Now it's way smaller than what we've originally started with. And you can just hit Control Z, blow it back up. I'm just going to go back into it and fix that center rim. There we go. Actually, maybe having it stretched out is a little better. Might look a little better. There we go. Undo Edit Link Prims. Now we can blow it up to fit on this bike. This is actually a tire I was looking to make for this bike here. And then you just position it, line it up. If it's not the right size, you can always shrink it down, or you can blow it up if you want. Make sure this is lined up. Not even lined up right. And if your wheel's too fat, you can just go in, Edit Link Parts, stretch both sides, go into stretch, and you can narrow it up. Narrow up the middle prim piece, the actual rim part of it. There we go. That little piece you see sticking out is the fender, which I'll have to reset where that's at. But that is how you make a one prim Whitewall tire from a sphere. Have fun, guys. Stay safe. Have a great summer, and as always, take care. This video was so tiresome.